Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. And if you've never seen me, hi. So today I'm going to be talking about every film that I watched in April. Setup's crazy today. Welcome to my bedroom. Welcome to my crib. I'm sitting in bed. I'm laying back on a heating pad. Chronic illness earlies clocking in. I wanted to get this filmed. So we're just making it work. No mic. We're going lo-fi today and we're making it happen. So I have my laptop. I've got my letterboxd pulled up and I'm then going to talk about every movie I watched in April. Now, this is probably the lightest movie month for me in like the history of ever. I watched under 20 movies in April, which is crazy. I was reading a lot in April. I was reading a lot and I was watching more TV than normal. So I didn't watch a ton of movies, but we're gonna talk about the ones I did watch and what I thought of them. I will have my letterbox in the description if you want to follow me. I post some form of a review for pretty much every movie that I watch, and I do watch hundreds of movies per year. Let's get into it. So, first movie of April. I watched on April 2nd, The Drama, the new movie starring Rob Pattinson and Zendaya. I saw this in theaters with my boyfriend. This was long anticipated for us. Basically, if you haven't heard about this movie by now, I'm shocked, but essentially centers on this couple, Charlie and Emma, aka Rob Pattinson and Zendaya, and basically they are like swiftly approaching their wedding date, and then one of them finds out a huge secret about the other one's past, and it makes them question if they should get married. I gave this 3.5 stars, and my review is as follows. Man, I love a black comedy, and let's not pretend that what Rachel did wasn't so much worse. If you know, you know. The jump cuts and frantic scenes elevated the watch experience so much. I really had a great time. Love that we learned absolutely nothing about Charlie's character. Like, this really was not about empathizing with him. Well written. I liked this one. I don't think I liked it as much as some other people liked it, but I thought it was well done. Okay, next I watched The Amazing Spider-Man 2012. This is the first Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. So I've been talking about in my past movie videos that I have been on a Spider-Man kick and watching all of them. I don't think I've seen them all. Like, I think as a kid I watched some of the Tobey Maguire. I think I'd seen the first Andrew Garfield, this one, and I think I've seen the first Tom Holland one, but I'm rewatching them all before the new one comes out this summer. So this is a 2012, and I said, I think I prefer Andrew's Peter to Tobey's. Maybe a controversial opinion, but I think his character feels more likable and developed in this one. My boyfriend said that that's like a sacrilegious thing to say. But I don't know. I've not been blown away or like loved any of them. My favorite movie so far has been the original, the very first Spider-Man. This is the 4th one I've watched, and I've got one more Andrew Garfield and then 2 Tom Hollands. I think that's right. So we'll see. I watched that one by myself, and that one is a rewatch because I know I'd seen that one as a kid. Or not as a kid, came out in 2012, you know what I mean. Next, I watched Roadhouse. I watched this with my aunt. This is the 2024 release starring Jake Gyllenhaal. It's a remake of the Patrick Swayze movie from the 80s. Basically, this is about like an ex-boxer, like tough guy who goes to work as like security at like a shitty dive bar in like a coastal beach town. That's pretty much the gist of it. Lots of dudes punching each other and being trashed by the beach. This was my aunt's pick. I gave this 2 stars. I said objectively bad, but really great fighting sequences. Not much of anything else. Jake Gyllenhaal is so hot. And that's the movie. And if you want to watch Jake Gyllenhaal be ripped, he's ripped in this film. If you want to see him be like super hot and ripped and like punch a bunch of dudes, this is a great option. There's really nothing else there. That was on April 5th. Then also on April 5th, in the evening, with my boyfriend, I watched Land of Bad 2024. He had seen it. I had not. I do like war movies. He loves war movies. There are a few that I really, really like, but I'd never seen this one. And so he wanted to watch it with me, thought I would like it. This stars Liam Hemsworth, which like I low-key forget he's an actor. I honestly didn't know he'd done really like anything since the last song. But Viola Ventimiglia was in this, which is what made me want to watch it. This is a war movie. I said Land of Just Fine. Extra half star for Russell Crowe and Jack Pearson / Jess Mariano. 2.5 stars if I didn't say that already. This is fine. This is a very Netflix movie feeling. Not my vibe. Okay. Next, on April 7th, I watched Gifted, which I'd never seen this before, but I'd seen people like recommending it. Do not recommend this movie. Like, who is recommending this movie? And I'm mad at people for recommending it to me. Ugh. 2017, starring Chris Pine and McKenna Grace. I think that's McKenna Grace. I don't know. I can't believe this movie's 2017 because she looks like she's like 9 in this movie. How old is McKenna Grace? This is about a little girl who's gifted, basically. And wait, did I say this was Chris Pine? I meant Chris Evans. Chris Evans is like a father type of figure. I gave this 2 stars. Realistically, it's probably like a 1.5. I just said interesting premise, but I felt oddly disconnected from the story and characters. This is so unmemorable that I can't really even tell you what it's about. So don't waste your time. Okay. On the 10th, I rewatched Gone Girl with my boyfriend. We were both randomly talking about it a couple weeks ago. So I rented the DVD from the library so we could watch it. If you don't know, I don't know how you would not know the plot of Gone Girl in 2026, but it's Rosamund Pike, Ben Affleck, and basically they are a married couple. Rosamund Pike, aka the wife character, goes missing, and immediately Ben Affleck, her husband, is the prime suspect, and it follows the investigation as the viewers find out what happened. I don't know if you can hear my cat meowing. You shall come in here. I have 2 of them lying on the bed right next to me. Okay. Gone Girl. This is a 5-star, and I just said chilling every time. It just really is like the blueprint for this kind of film. Okay. On the 12th, I rewatched The Sandlot. 1993. This is like the OG like childhood baseball movie. I mean, maybe there have been others, but like this is the one of my childhood. 4 stars. I said probably one of the best feel-good summer movies of all time. It's still true. It's just so wonderful. I really love this movie. It makes you feel good. What else can be said? Next, on the 13th, I watched Wonka. This had remained one of the only Timothée Chalamet movies I haven't seen. I think the only other one I have yet to watch is something, The King? Robert Pattinson's in it too. It's The King or something like that. But still on my list. Guys, I thought perhaps people have been exaggerating about Wonka and how bad it is. 1 star. I said, truly one of the worst films I've ever finished. I can't believe Timmy made it out. And by what I mean by this is I can't believe this movie did not ruin his entire career. Because what the hell? What the hell? I can't believe like literally anybody likes this movie. It like I recently saw the interview clip of Kylie Jenner saying she's watched Wonka like 7 times. I don't know, that's so funny to me because ain't no way you watched Wonka and then like wanted to be with this man. So disclosure, I'm not attracted to Timothée Chalamet and I don't really get people like acting like he's a sex symbol or something. I do think he's a fantastic actor and performer. This movie's crazy. Because I love misery and watching movies that are horrible, I also decided to watch Christy, which is the Sydney Sweeney boxing movie that nobody went to see. I gave this movie 1.5 stars. And I said Sydney Sweeney gave the performance I expected, but also this movie would suck if it starred someone better anyways. This is a story about, I don't remember her last name, Christy something, but she's an actual boxer. She was a lesbian. She married her like agent, kind of, who's a man. He was abusive. She made it out, whatever. Sorry to the woman whose life they put on screen and actually just like decimated, because this script was horrible and it was just like really poorly done. It just looked like a made-for-TV like crap sandwich. Hated Christy. Okay, I watched a lot of like not awesome movies this month. Then I didn't watch a movie for days after that. Then I watched Mean Girls, the musical remake from 2024. This was a rewatch. I was auditioning for Mean Girls, the musical, and so I was just like watched this while I was like getting ready and like throughout the day because I wanted to kind of get into that vibe. I saw this in theaters when it first came out and I thought it was pretty bad, but I felt like I wanted to rewatch it because maybe I was too harsh. I gave it 2.5 stars and I said, okay, yeah, it's still bad, but I enjoyed it more without the weight of expectation. Smiley face. So, I mean, I think the casting in this movie is a mess, and I think that they destroyed some of the songs from the Broadway musical. But like, whatever, like who thought that this was going to be like an award-winning film, you know? I had fun, I guess. Then, also on the 20th, I watched To Die For, which is from 1995, stars Nicole Kidman, and essentially we find out in the beginning that her husband has been killed, and that she's sort of like the suspect, and then it's sort of like in a dual timeline, so it's like in the present and then back like when she met him and all of that. And the Nicole Kidman character like wanted to be like a TV personality, like a newscaster kind of thing, and she marries this guy and it like follows her career and some crazy things happen. I didn't really like this movie. I'd seen somebody talk about it on Reddit, and then it popped up on Netflix, so I decided to watch it. Who doesn't love Nicole Kidman, especially like in the 90s? My review, 2.5 stars. I said Nicole Kidman is very hot, but why did this movie feel so long? I think a lot of people like this movie more than I did. It just didn't work for me. Okay, on the 21st, I rewatched Juno. So I remember, oh my god, I couldn't sleep. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I could not sleep. I was tossing, turning. I actually went into our guest bedroom because my boyfriend had work early in the morning. So I didn't want to like disturb him by tossing and turning and watching TV. So I went and slept in the guest bedroom and I watched Juno on my iPad. And I made it through the whole movie before I was able to fall back asleep. But I just wanted to watch something I'd seen before. And I remembered not really vibing with this movie, like it not being my thing when I very first watched it. This time, I gave it 3.5 stars. I said, worlds better than I remembered. It's so fun to revisit films I've seen and didn't love, to find that I just wasn't in the right mood on my first go around. Soundtrack is to die for. Yeah, if you don't know, this is 2007, stars Elliot Page and Michael Cera, and this is about 2 teenagers, one of whom, Juno, is pregnant. Also, Juno's parents are played by J.K. Simmons and Allison Janney. 0 notes. So great. And basically she gets pregnant by this other, this teenage boy, Michael Cera, and she wants to give her baby up for adoption. And the couple who is going to adopt the baby is Jennifer Garner and is it Paul Rudd? Am I crazy? Who is it? No, it's Jason Bateman. It's just like so well casted. It's so funny. And yeah, like I said, soundtrack is to die for. I don't know. I think this is a really funny teen movie. It's very 2007, which we love. Okay. Next on the 25th, I watched Boyhood. This is my first time, the Linklater film. So this is the movie, like maybe you've heard of if you haven't seen it, that they filmed for like over a decade. And so it centers around this family, specifically this little boy, and they start filming it when he's like, I don't know, 7, and by the end of it he's going off to college, but it's like actually all the same actors, and it's literally filmed over a decade. It's such a cool premise, and I had just like, I don't know why I had avoided watching it for so long, but this came out in 2014. Ethan Hawke and Patricia Arquette play the parents of these kids. And the kids I think were like unknowns, but I gave this 4 stars. And my review says, many slices of life, a whole pie even, all of the good things about a long-standing TV show, but condensed into under 3 hours. Fantastic plan, good execution. I wish it would have been a bit longer and captured more nuance and more of the details of the lives lived. I understand why it wasn't longer though. Just really cool. Yeah, like I feel like I would have watched, it felt like a TV show. And I like wanted more. I wanted more of like the details. But really emotional, really great acting performances. It's on Netflix right now. I highly, highly recommend Boyhood. I really had fun watching it. Okay, next I rewatched on the 26th, Oh Hi, which came out last year. This one's starring Logan Lerman and Molly Gordon. Molly Gordon from The Bear. I mean, I'm sure she's been in other stuff. That's what I know her from. I saw this in theaters and I wasn't impressed by it. But I wanted to re-watch it because I felt like everybody else liked this movie more than I did. If you don't know, this movie follows a couple, I don't know, a man and a woman who are like in their late 20s, early 30s, and they're going to like a cabin, like a remote cabin for the weekend to just spend a weekend together, and then things go awry. But I would say this is like comedic. It's funny, but it's like a light thriller, but it's more like a comedy. I don't know. I gave this 2.5 stars, and I said rewatched in hopes that this would be better than I remembered, and that I was wrong with my initial opinion, and I've confirmed that I was right the first time. Oh Hi is just okay. It is. It's just okay. It's just not my thing. But I get why other people like it, just not for me. Next, on the 27th, I watched Arrival, which I'd never seen, and I'm a huge Denis Villeneuve fan, and this was like kind of a blind spot for me. And Arrival's been on my list, and I've been wanting to watch it for years. It just hasn't happened. So this stars Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner. Essentially, like at the very beginning, there's like an alien invasion on Earth, and it's sort of like apocalyptic vibes. And the Amy Adams character is like a world-renowned translator. She's like a polyglot. She's a world-renowned translator. Basically, the FBI comes to her, and they want her to try to translate and interpret this alien language. And so they like take her, and she's sort of required to come on this journey, and it's about them communicating with aliens and also finding out, like, kind of connecting with her own past. This is a really intense, like, sci-fi thriller, I would call it. Thriller drama. I gave this 3.5 stars. And I said, I do like this film, and I get why it means so much to people. I just wanted to love it, and it didn't totally hit for me. I did like this movie, and I can see myself rewatching it in the future. This came out in 2016, if I didn't already say that. I just wasn't as in on it. This movie has like kind of a twist, and it's just like, it didn't land as well with me as I was anticipating. So I still like it, and I think it's really well done, but it's certainly not like Villeneuve's best or anything, according to me. Okay, we've got 2 left. It's a short one this month. On the 28th, I watched Fingernails, which I'd never heard of this before. And it stars Jessie Buckley, Oscar winner Jessie Buckley, Riz Ahmed, and Jeremy Allen White. Luke Wilson's also in it, and I'd never heard of it. It's on Apple TV. Have you guys heard of Fingernails? Like, it came out 2023. I was on Apple TV just like looking for a movie to watch. I saw this pop up, and I was like, a Jeremy Allen White project I'm unfamiliar with? What do you mean? Like, I love all 3 of these actors. So I clicked on it, started watching it with no clue what it was about. Which, like, I love to do. So I'm about to tell you what it's about. If you don't know what it's about, to skip ahead like a minute. But it's like a dystopian sort of thing. And it's in a world where I guess there's like a compatibility test that is like Bible that everybody follows. So these couples can go get this compatibility test, and it will determine if they are compatible. But it's like 100% or a 0%. Like, it's a yes or a no. And so people are getting this test, and it follows Jessie Buckley's character is the main character, and she's dating Jeremy Allen White. They have tested 100% yes on the test, but then she starts working for the company that does the compatibility test, and it just sort of like follows what happens there. I gave this 2.5 stars. My review just says, "Are you kidding me?" So if any of you have seen this, I'd love to chat about it in the comments. Or go see it and then come back and let's chat about it. I haven't heard people talk about it, but are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 2.5 stars. I don't think I would recommend it, but like, I want you to watch it and then come back. So go watch it. And the last movie I watched in the month of April, I watched on the 29th, and that is Life Size. The 2000 film starring Tyra Banks and Lindsay Lohan. I loved this movie as a kid, and I was just feeling something nostalgic on this day. Yeah, so Lindsay Lohan plays a kid who has a single father and doesn't like fit in. She's very tomboyish. She has a lot of issues since her mother passed away recently. And basically, she's gifted a doll that's basically like Barbie, but they're called Eve dolls. And then something happens and the doll comes to life and is played by Tyra Banks. The premise of this film is crazy. Like, she was trying to bring back her dead mom, but she accidentally brought back a doll instead. Insanity. It's very 2000. It's very ridiculous and silly, and like lots of jokes in this movie that are definitely for adults that went over my head as a child, but like, ain't that the way. This is 2.5 stars. My review is, kid me thought this was so good. Adult me, it's like fun or whatever. Yeah, this movie is so weird, but like, it's a good time. I don't know, the nostalgia really carries it. So that is the 16 or 17 movies I watched in April. It was a light month for me. I'm already on a better track for May. So I'm back in my movie bag. And I will be back in a month to talk about the movies I watched in May. I'm hoping to get another video out sometime soon. Like I said, April was just busy, so sorry it's been a month since a video, and we're just doing what we can over here. Sorry about the weird setup, and we'll be back to normal next time. So thank you for watching. I hope you're staying safe, happy, healthy, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.